Hello, welcome to my video. Today we've got a little bit of everything. We've got thrifting, we've got orchids, we've got styling and putting them all together, and we've got plant art. So stick around and see what we're gonna get up to today. All right, so let's start with the orchids. So I have recently gone to the orchid show that is local to us, and obviously I bought a few. So I'm gonna switch over to that footage right now so that I can show you my little orchid haul. Hey, hello. I have found myself home on a Monday afternoon, which does not happen often. The reason I'm popping on camera, and I don't even know what video this is gonna end up going into, but I just wanted to kind of document. I wanted to do a little haul actually on what I got at our local botanical gardens. They had a orchid show where there's a bunch of orchids for sale and a bunch of different local vendors. So I wanted to do just a little haul on what I got. So here's my bag. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. As I was leaving, I thought this was super cool. There's a little sign that said that these were for free, and it's just like a American Orchid Society, and this is from 1966. I don't know if you can see. There we go, 1966. And so it's just this bulletin, and it's got all kinds of really cool stuff in it. Actually, that was a cool picture. Here we go. Just all kinds of orchids and stuff. I obviously had to grab one of these, and I haven't gone through it yet, but that is on my to-do list. I'm really excited about that one. And again, did I mention it was for free? All right, so let's start with this bag. Yeah, oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one. Oh no, the little leaf is kind of wonky there. These need to be watered. I got all of these yesterday, so they haven't been neglected for that long. Just about 12 hours, 24 hours. But yeah, so here we are. I think this is a Cattleya of some kind. I have a picture of what the actual plant is, but I believe it's Cattleya, and it has a red flower. And so it is apparently at flowering size right now. I feel kind of like I got a little bit bullied into this one. I don't know how I'm gonna pot this up, but yeah, I don't know. It wasn't that expensive. There's some very expensive orchids. I did not buy any very expensive orchids. I did get a few little orchids though, or a couple. Only two little orchids. And they were expensive enough because they were, well, I'll have prices on them. So this is Bulbophyllum ocellatum, which is such a pretty little plant. Look at that. Little cute little guy. It does not have the price on it, but I think I paid about $35 for that one. So I would say worth it. Some of these little guys can get quite expensive. There's that one that I'm really excited about. And then there's also this one I'm quite excited about. This one was $25. And this is Podochilus lucens. I guess I didn't actually read the name of that one, but how cute is that? I'm quite excited about this one too. This one, I think I will probably try and mount on a piece of bark, kind of like this one is mounted. Excuse me. And I think that I'm going to put these in my bathroom because my bathroom gets quite warm. It's humid. It's got sunlight. So we're going to see how some of these go in there. And I think it might actually work out. I mean, I've got a water source right there. I have other plants right there. So I think I'm going to do like a whole bathroom situation. And there's an artist there who was selling these prints. These are, is this the first one? No, this is, let me start with the first one. So she's got these prints of, well, actually, these are handmade stamps that she stamped onto these little pieces of paper. And so I'm going to frame these and I'm going to put these in my bathroom. Because in my last video, I was talking about how there was an artist that I really liked, but then she is no longer selling her art at this point in time. I didn't get the art when I had a chance, and so now I'm going to be better about that. And then this is possibly my favorite one. There you go. And how cute. They're just blooms. I think I can't tell what plant bloom that is. If it's actually an orchid, or it could be something else. And I'm forgetting the name of the plant. But either way, they're all beautiful. And so I'm going to put these up on my wall. I'm going to find frames, put those up on my wall, put some orchids up on my wall. And that's almost it. And then last but not least, not a plant, I got these guys. I got pumice. And these are going to go in my bug garden. And then I can have some pings that grow on my pumice. How exciting is that? I wasn't expecting to find pumice there, but I did. And then I was looking at their other stuff, because at first I kind of ignored that table, to be honest. But then I was looking at it, and they have a bunch of like hanging baskets that you can put orchids in. And I was like, what if I put a hanging plant in my bathroom? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how crazy I get. Probably not too crazy, because I can't spend a ton of money. I mean, this is like the major money that I spent. But I don't know, maybe I'll go thrifting today after my son wakes up from his nap. So kind of what I'm thinking, because I'm like, it's such a nice day out. Probably one of our last like warm-ish days that we're going to have for the year. And why not go out? Because I'm home. All right, that is it for today's Liz. Okay, bye. Good morning. Sorry for the awful lighting. It is still quite early in the morning. Actually now it's 8 o'clock. But we've all just gotten up. My kid and my husband just went downstairs, and I'm gonna sip on my tea and open up this box because I got a really cool plant inside. I got plant mail. This will probably be the last plant mail I get for the year. I actually bought it end of July, I think, because it had like a waiting period. It was like a pre-order, and I was supposed to have to wait until like August 30th, and it was going to ship August 30th or like a week after that. Well, it didn't, and it all got delayed, and basically now it's literally Thanksgiving morning, and I am opening up this box finally because it finally got here yesterday. Because of all the delay, they did put heat packs in it for free, because originally it was the summer and I didn't need heat packs in the summer. But now there's literally snow on the ground, like behind me. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe not. No, you can sort of see a little bit. There's snow on the ground, which is actually why I'm in my dining room instead of my sunroom, because it's 59 degrees in there and the heater's on. The heater's probably going to be running constantly because it's cold in there. And I've got 3 walls of windows. So, all right. So I did go ahead and open this just so that, or like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm still getting over my cold. Like, this has been such a long lasting cold with the weather change. I think
My ear, I think it actually ruptured again last night. It's like not been a good time. It's fine now, but like that is just the level, that's where I'm at. All right, so looks like it's packed pretty good. All right, so there's that, and then we've got some heating elements around the edge here, and a heating pack. It's taped in. It's not warm anymore. Ooh, okay, got that. And okay, this is actually pretty cool. So I got an orchid. This is taped on the inside, so at least I know that it hasn't moved around at all. So I do want to say I did keep on checking up with the seller to make sure that, you know, they hadn't just forgotten about me. And they did offer me a refund multiple times, but I did really want this orchid. They did also offer to exchange and have a similar priced orchid sent to me instead. But I decided to hold out for it because this is an orchid that once I saw it, like once I realized this existed, I really wanted it. And I've been waiting for it for so long. It's a more expensive orchid than I would normally buy because I'm still a very novice orchid person, and I don't want to have a ton of orchids in my collection, which is one of the reasons I didn't get another one. Because I just didn't want a ton of orchids in my collection, you know. So she looks good. Oh, oh, that's a root. Okay. Just like, did this have a spike on it already? Ooh, she does need a drink though. Oh my goodness. Look at her. So this is the bronze maiden orchid. Wow, she is gorgeous. She's been through a lot, I can tell. She's got some dried up roots here, but the rest of her roots look good, and she is so silvery. Okay, so that is why I wanted this orchid, because when do you ever see another silvery orchid? You don't see them very often. I don't like that they have a sticker on here because I think I just gave it a little bit of a bruise trying to get that off. Hopefully that will heal. It's just a little extra shiny part. But she is floppy, but take a look at her roots. She's got some good looking roots. So hopefully I can keep this little girl alive, and maybe she will one day flower for me. I have yet to have orchids actually flower for me. I think I had one orchid flower for me one time like 5 years ago. Let's see if we can try again. Oh, I think it's a little baby that's popping off here. Is it? Is this a little baby? The Kiki? Huh. All right, well, that is my unboxing for this Thursday morning on Thanksgiving. I'm going to go give her some water and set her out in the light and maybe a nice warm spot that's not my sunroom right now because it's cold in there. All right, bye.
Okay, now that we are back from my orchid show and tell, I did want to start off and say that with my big silver orchid, I really did kind of want to mount that up, like what I'm going to do with my little ones. But I think that it is still recovering from being transported here. So I think I'm just going to let that one be for a little bit. And eventually I will do a repot with that. And I would love to, I don't know, make that the star of whatever display I put it in, because that orchid is beautiful. But anyway, let's get onto the art portion of this. This is my thrifted piece of artwork. I bought it for $5, and it was actually quite dirty, like on the inside. And it's one of those pieces of art that has it looks like it was professionally mounted. So it had like the paper on the back, so you couldn't actually take anything out. So I will show you what I did with it because I had to clean the glass. I tried to clean the glass without opening it up, but I think moisture at some point had gotten inside of the frame and gotten a little bit moldy. And I couldn't tell when I bought it because it's thrifted. And honestly, the frame was dirty, which is probably why I only got it for $5. But so I had to cut it open and do a little bit of surgery. I had to DIY the back. I now have a cardboard in between this piece of paper right here and the rest of everything else so that it's like flush against the frame. But I will never claim to be good at doing DIY. It's not beautiful, but it's also not the part that you'll ever see. So this is the part you'll see. And I think it's quite pretty. It's like a signed print. Oops, there we go. The reflection is so bad in this. There we are. You can see it a little better. It is just a print, but I do have these little stamps that I showed in my little orchid haul. And so right now I am going to put them into these frames. I was trying to thrift some frames for these, but the problem with thrifting sometimes is even if like you know what you are looking for, sometimes you just don't have enough time to find it, or you just have a hard time finding it. And I have found with frames that sometimes it's hard to find nice frames because a lot of the frames, at least in the thrift stores that are closest to me, some of the frames are pretty beat up. Like even this one, there is definitely some wear on it, like you can see right here. But the rest of it, I think, is nice enough, and it's just gonna go in my bathroom. Like it's not gonna be displayed for, people coming into my living room or whatever. So I did just grab these from online. Okay. And I hope that these will work. I think I'll do my bigger picture first to see if I can use the matting right here. I would prefer to use the mat right there, but I don't think I'll be able to. I think it's just going to be too big. These are like pretty decent frames though. I will say that. Okay. So first, of course, we have the protective film. I'm going to take this off. I will admit that I have been collecting frames, I think, since we moved into this house, because I don't know what it is, but I love finding really pretty picture frames. And I did find another one that's really pretty, and actually another piece of artwork that's very cool. It's like a picture of a retro kitchen. I have to go bring it. But the problem is that whenever I find like a cool frame, I don't have a picture of the right size to put in it. And then I end up buying this frame anyway, because I think, oh, well, if I find a different piece of art that I can put into it, and then I have like a mismatch frame and picture, and it's, I don't know, it's a problem. Okay. Actually, that's not too bad. It is cut off a little bit. Gosh, the reflections are so bad. I'm sorry. But it's not that bad. Let's try it without the framing. Oh, it actually doesn't fit well. There we go. Without the frame. I like it with the frame better, I think. Yeah, I think I like it better with the frame. Let's keep the frame. Let's try it with all the different pictures that I have. I'm so excited to finally be getting these up because that's my other issue, is that I will get a frame and then I will never put it up, even if I have a picture for it. So that's super annoying. I'm trying to be better about that. And in fact, that is part of what this channel is going to make me do. It's going to make me actually put pictures in frames. It's going to actually make me like take care of things better, because I have a like a bigger reason than myself to do it, which is sometimes the motivation that people need. And by people, I mean me. So I'm really happy how that looks, actually, which is good. I was worried about that. Oh, they came with little nails. That's kind of funny. I missed that on this other one. Yeah, they came with little nails. Nice. I am actually, well, I was impressed by these frames. They are nice. Not the best, because I just got them on Amazon, but sometimes that is the easiest place to shop when it's difficult to go out in anywhere with a child. I don't love how this is cut. This is not cut well. I mean, it's not actually glass, but it's like kind of splintered right here. That's too bad. At least you won't actually be able to see it because it gets hidden by the frame. But I don't really like that. I just realized you can't really see. Here we go. That's a little better. My face is cut off, but that's fine. This is the next one that I'm going to do. There we go. And that is the last one. Wow. I love these. They're just simple prints, but they look so good. In fact, I like these better than my thrifted picture, but don't tell my picture that. I just passed these pictures when I was throwing out the trash, and I just thought that I would show you because they're so cool. Check out that picture. I think I'm going to put this in my kitchen somewhere, and it's going to be a picture of a kitchen in a kitchen. But like, what a cool retro kitchen. And we looked it up, actually, this artist, and their work is kind of expensive. And I got it for $3 at my thrift store. So I'm not complaining. How pretty is that? And also, my husband is actually not a fan of that picture. If I wanted to, I could get the rest of the set for like, $99 each. So I'm not going to, and I don't have a place for them. But there's like 2 other kitchen pictures that kind of go, it looks sort of like they go in a set. And it'd be really cool to get those. But I'm not going to. And then this is the frame I was talking about. I don't know what I'm going to put in here because that's the way I roll. This, I don't know. I'm just a sucker for really cool matting like that. So I think I'd like to put it in my living room at some point, but we'll see. We'll see what I can figure out to put in there. It might be, I don't know. This feels like it needs an art print picture and not like just a family picture, because I have those photos. And in fact, I've got an empty frame that is waiting to have photos put in it. But this feels like an art print photo. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the orchid portion of this. I'm going to set my artwork aside. There we go. And we are going to talk about these orchids. I'm a little bit nervous about this part. Actually, I've kind of been putting it off. I did not feel like filming today, but today is my only day to do filming. So it's either today or don't do it at all. And so today we're filming, but that's all right. Sometimes you just have to get over the hurdle, That's how life is. All right. So this one, I don't think I'm going to do anything with. I think this one is probably good the way it is, but this is basically my ideal. So I'm going to have ultimately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 mounted orchids. And I think this is just going to be a repot. This is just pulling the sphagnum moss out of these roots because it is so tangled up in here. I don't know. I guess technically I could just pot this up into, I don't know, more moss, but it's so compact in there. Like, this was a plug. You can even see that I've started to pull it out a little bit. So I have soaked all of these to make things a little bit easier on myself. And and I did get fishing line. Hang on. Fishing line for this specific project. And I'm going to take this one off, put it on this piece of orchid bark, or this piece of tree bark. What kind of bark is this? I used to know it. It's just regular bark. I don't know. And then I would like to I think I'd like to restring this one right here, and put some moss in it because it has no moss essentially. It's just so that I can help it retain a little bit more moisture between waterings, because these will be in my bathroom now. That's a plan. And I didn't really think this through, I guess. I'm going to probably do this on another day with my husband's help to figure out the best way to actually mount these on the wall. Some of these have these hooks right here, and so I was thinking that I could just get something to like put these through a hook, and then it could be mounted that way. And then that just might be the easiest way to do it. Because before I was thinking, like, I don't know. I don't really know what I was thinking. That's the problem. This is why I don't normally DIY, because I don't I don't know. I will never be a good DIYer, and that's okay. And then this one and this one need more moss and also to be restrung because these are ugly, awful strings. Yep, that one is good. So where will we start? I think we'll just start with the ones that I have already kind of haphazardly put together like 2 years ago. And yes, it was about 2 years ago because even though these are not very well grown out, because as we know, I tend to be a little neglectful, and these ones, honestly, it's a little bit of a surprise that these are still alive. Because these have gone through some stuff. But, I mean, I've rerouted these a couple of times, and which is why this one has like hardly any roots. But, you gotta learn somewhere. Oh, and I also have moss next to me in my dog bowl. If you weren't here for last time's explanation, yes, it is in a dog bowl. No, I do not have a dog anymore. It is from my dog Axel from before he passed, and I do not have the heart to get rid of them. There's just some stuff, and they're useful, Since it's actually useful, why not keep it? And I think I might also rearrange it and put it like that. I think that looks a little bit better. This leaf is pretty ugly, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it on there because it's helping to sustain these little baby leaves. And these baby leaves are finally doing well. So let me put some moss on it. Actually, let me start with this. Trying to be prepared. Where are we? Okay. All right. I think I just do this, then I start wrapping it around. I've seen people do this before, but I've never actually attempted this myself. So we will see how this goes. I'm just going to tightly wrap it around, and hopefully it will hold. Then I've got to do it like 5 more times. And then for these ones, since I've DIY'd these ones and they don't already have hooks, I'm going to have to figure out how to use hooks on these ones and how to make that work. All right, that is what it looks like. It's not too bad, I guess. Let me see if I can kind of get this in here a little bit, like thread this through the back so it can have something to hold on to before I tie it off. There we go. Actually, that's not too bad. I mean, it's excessive fishing line. Fungal. It's excessive fishing line, but it doesn't look too bad from a distance, I think. I wonder if I need quite that much fishing line. I probably don't. All right, now let's do it 1, 2, 3, 3 more times actually. Okay, I only had to do 3 more times. I can do that. So let's trim this a little bit. I'm paranoid. I will do one more knot in here. Okay. There we go. Cool. Hopefully it holds up. Let me see. So actually in this case, I'm only going to have 2 hooks because this one will stay and then I will reuse this piece of bark. So I will only have 2 hooks. I don't know. Is it worth like bending the hooks and then having a different way of, by like bending, like getting rid of the hooks, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. Things to think about. Now this guy, I think I'm going to do next. This one is a Podotulus luciens. There we go. He's a really cool little guy. I really hope that I can get these to bloom for me. I don't know if they will do well in the bathroom or not. This is like one big experiment. And if they don't, I guess I will have to find some alternative because I'm actually really enjoying having more plants in my bathroom. My propagation wall is popping off. And my other plants that I have in there on my shelf behind my toilet do really well. Welcome back. It has been a full week since I last started this video, actually. So with the footage that you're about to see is us, my husband and I, putting up all of the orchids and my vision finally coming to light. And it actually turned out really cool, I think. So these little eyelet screws that we are using, we got them from Menards, and we also got, well, we were trying to get some hooks too, but my 2-year-old was in charge of them because he insisted. And by the time we got to checkout, we only had the eyelet screws. So the little hooks that we've used to attach the orchids to the wall are a little bit big. So I will probably go back and replace those at some point. And the eyelet is a little bit big as well. So I think it is a little distracting, but the overall final result at this point in time, I'm actually super, super happy with. My husband, thank goodness, he is very supportive of me and this. And so at first, since he's not a big plant guy, he was like, "What do you mean you're putting orchids in the bathroom? Don't you think that's a little bit much?" But I told him it was for this video, and he was like, "Well, okay, I guess." And I think even he was impressed with the end result. So I'm very excited about how it all turned out. I didn't get a ton of footage because, as you can see, a toddler and two adults in my very small bathroom is quite a bit. And this is mostly my bathroom that I use. My husband has one that he uses downstairs, and then I use this one. So I'm sure that will change as our family grows and our toddler learns how to use the toilet. But at this point in time, this is pretty much my domain. So he is not too sad about having this many plants in there. But yeah, so having a toddler while you are working with a bunch of tools is not super conducive to your productivity. So I only got a few clips, but you can kind of see the process a little bit. The very last thing that I wanted to do for today was get rid of this dried lavender bouquet that I have in the corner here, because it's basically just collecting dust. Dried flowers are a great way to bring a botanical element into a corner of a room that doesn't get any sunlight, that can't sustain a living, growing thing. But right now, this lavender is just collecting dust. And especially after all of the work that we did last night, it needs to go. So I am going to replace it with a cutting of my Hoya polyneura, because I hope to one day have a full basket of this. So this is going to be my last finishing touch for now. I still have other plans that I would like to do to this bathroom, but for now, this is my last finishing touch. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you think. Do you think I overdid it, or do you think that it is very tasteful? What's your opinion? I would love to know. Please be kind. I am still a new YouTuber. My skin is probably needing to get a little bit thicker. So please be nice. But if you have gotten here and you have enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please hit that follow button. That really helps out the YouTube algorithm to let it know that people enjoy my content. And it also lets me know that people are enjoying this kind of content as well. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.